The pancreas may be small and hidden behind the stomach, but it has a huge impact on your health, handling both digestion and blood sugar control. Unlike the liver, which can regenerate remarkably well, the pancreas is far less forgiving. It can be affected by serious conditions such as chronic pancreatitis, acute inflammation, and even pancreatic cancer. Still, there are foods with strong supportive potential. And in this video, we'll explore 10 options with promising benefits along with research findings. What makes the pancreas special is its two-in-one job. On one side, it releases digestive enzymes that break down proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. On the other side, it produces key hormones that regulate blood sugar, insulin, which lowers glucose, and glucagon, which raises it. When pancreatitis becomes chronic or severe, both of these functions can be disrupted at the same time. Pancreatic problems often show up through digestive symptoms. A common clue is abdominal pain after meals. If digestion weakens, stool may contain visibly undigested food, sometimes appearing chunky. Many people also experience nausea and a food poisoning type of sickness. Bloating can occur, and stools may become greasy, foul-smelling, and oily because fats are no longer being properly broken down or absorbed. Another major warning sign is impaired glucose tolerance, where blood sugar can rise higher than normal. Over time, factors like poor diet, frequent fatty or fast foods, alcohol intake, ongoing stress, and other lifestyle pressures can push the pancreas toward dysfunction. Testing is usually straightforward. Many general practitioners include pancreatic markers in routine, comprehensive blood work, typically checking amylase and lipase. Imaging such as ultrasound can also help take a closer look. Because of how essential this organ is, protecting and supporting it should be a real priority. 1. Green leafy vegetables: spinach, kale, Swiss chard. Green leafy vegetables such as spinach, kale, and Swiss chard are among the most nutrient-dense foods you can put on your plate. They deliver a wide range of antioxidants and are especially known for their high vitamin K content, which is one reason they are often linked to cellular protection. In the context of pancreatic health, these greens can help reduce the risk of damage and support healthier function over time. One particularly noteworthy compound is K-ampherol, a flavonoid found in kale. This substance has drawn interest because it has been shown to inhibit the growth of pancreatic cancer cells, making kale more than just a healthy green, but also a food with specific bioactive potential. Beyond that, leafy greens are naturally loaded with essential nutrients. They provide vitamins from the B group, along with vitamin C and vitamin K, and they supply important minerals such as copper, manganese, and iron. Spinach is especially rich in many of these nutrients as well, which is why it is frequently recommended as a foundational vegetable in supportive meal plans. An added advantage is how well these greens pair with other supportive foods. When you combine leafy vegetables with garlic or citrus fruits, you create a powerful nutrient combination that can strengthen the overall nutritional profile of a meal and further support the body's protective and metabolic processes. 2. Garlic. Garlic is well known for its potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory actions, and it contains a range of bioactive compounds that have been linked to cancer-fighting potential. One of the most discussed active substances is allicin, which many people have heard about. Allicin is associated with the ability to inhibit processes that support cancer development, and we'll look more closely at what that implies in a moment. Population-based and epidemiological research has connected higher garlic intake with a reduced risk in several cancer types. Findings have been discussed for cancers such as liver cancer, esophageal cancer, pancreatic cancer, and cancers of the biliary tract. Going further back as early as 1960, researchers observed an effect when garlic extract was injected into the abdominal cavity of mice that had been inoculated with tumor cells. In those experiments, the garlic extract showed a cancer-fighting influence. In addition, garlic extracts have been noted for their ability to push abnormal cells toward programmed cell death, effectively encouraging cancer cells to shut down. Of course, more research is still needed, but many broad reviews have already examined garlic's relationship with cancer protection and the mechanisms that might be involved. One practical point matters here to get the strongest effect. Garlic should be consumed raw or taken as a concentrated allicin-based extract because heat can reduce the availability of these active compounds. 3. Citrus fruits. Citrus fruits can also be helpful for pancreatic support, particularly because they can promote the production of digestive enzymes, which supports overall digestive function. They provide generous amounts of fiber, including pectin, and they are well known for their vitamin C content. Research published in 2020 highlighted another interesting aspect of citrus limonoids found in these fruits were reported to inhibit tumor growth in the pancreas. Beyond that, multiple meta-analyses suggest citrus fruits may slow the progression of esophageal cancer as well. The proposed link is their influence on inflammatory signaling, including moderating cytokine-related activity and pro-inflammatory cytokines, which can contribute to healthier immune regulation. 4. Brown seaweeds, fucoidan, wakame seaweed. Brown seaweeds are especially interesting when we talk about pancreas support, because they naturally contain fucoidan, a compound that has attracted a lot of attention. Fucoidan is a distinctive polysaccharide found mainly in brown seaweeds, including wakame. In many parts of Asia, these seaweeds are eaten regularly as everyday foods, and they also appear in traditional Chinese medicine practices. In the seaweed itself, fucoidan is located in the plant's cell walls, where it helps protect the algae from environmental stress and external threats. From a therapeutic perspective, observations and studies have linked fucoidan to meaningful improvements in metabolic markers. It has been associated with significant reductions in fasting blood glucose serum insulin and glycated protein. In practical terms, that suggests better insulin sensitivity and more stable blood sugar control after meals. 5. Red grapes, resveratrol. Most people know red grapes for resveratrol, the famous antioxidant that helps shield cells from free radical damage. Think of free radicals like incoming meteorites, and resveratrol as the defender that intercepts them before they cause harm. Beyond antioxidant protection, resveratrol also supports blood vessels and helps reduce inflammation. One particularly interesting 2021 study suggested that resveratrol may help buffer the cytokine storm seen in acute pancreatitis, calming that inflammatory surge. Because of findings like this, there's growing interest in resveratrol as a possible future supportive therapy for acute pancreatitis. In acute pancreatitis, another substance sometimes discussed, especially in naturopathic practice, is procaine. While procaine is best known as a local anesthetic used to numb tissue, it's also used in infusion form in some settings, including for conditions like fibromyalgia and other pain syndromes. Interestingly, it still appears in certain conventional medical contexts as well, including intensive care, and some hospitals worldwide continue using procaine in attempts to support acute pancreatitis care. A major challenge with pancreatic illness is impaired digestion. When the pancreas is weak, some people end up relying on supplemental enzymes for proteins, fats, and carbohydrates long term, and both doctors and patients understand how life-changing that dependency can be. One more thing worth noting is that the pancreas often responds well to bitter substances. Bitter foods and herbs such as arugula, artichokes, anise fennel, and chamomile can help stimulate digestive secretions. Even something like an espresso after a meal can have that stimulating effect. I've even known a very experienced doctor who swore a small whiskey before eating worked best for him. The takeaway is simple. Bitters can be consistently relevant and helpful in the context of pancreatic digestive weakness. 6. Turmeric. The next food on our list is extremely well known, and that's turmeric. It's widely used because of its strong anti-inflammatory effects. But what many people don't realize is that turmeric may also support metabolic health in several additional ways. It has been associated with stimulating insulin production, helping reduce the risk of developing diabetes, and it may even play a role in lowering the likelihood of gallstone formation. There was a study that specifically examined turmeric in relation to glucose regulation. Researchers used a water-based turmeric extract and tested whether it could increase insulin secretion. the findings were encouraging. In experiments using mouse tissue, the results suggested that turmeric was able to stimulate pancreatic activity, supporting the idea that it can promote insulin release. At the same time, turmeric has a potential drawback that is often ignored simply because people assume it is universally safe. Turmeric is frequently taken for immune-related issues and inflammatory conditions such as rheumatism, and it is commonly used by people with autoimmune disorders. What isn't widely understood is that turmeric can influence immune function, and in some situations, it may interfere with immune balance, especially in chronic immune conditions or persistent infections. This is where the idea of the Th1-Th2 shift comes in. It refers to the balance between different types of T helper cells, which are part of the white blood cell system and play a major role in immune regulation. If you have an autoimmune condition, it's important to be cautious and to observe whether turmeric changes this immune balance for you. I've seen many cases where people began taking turmeric casually without realizing it could potentially push their immune system further out of balance. So, if you're using turmeric and you also live with an autoimmune disease, be mindful and consider testing how your body responds. This concern mainly applies to that specific group. For most other people, turmeric can generally be consumed without any notable problems. 7. Blueberries. Now, let's talk about blueberries because they can be especially valuable for anyone dealing with pancreatic issues or diabetes. One of their most noted benefits is their ability to help bring blood sugar levels down. At the same time, they can also encourage the pancreas to function more effectively on the digestive side, supporting the release of enzymes involved in breaking down food. Blueberries are loaded with vitamins that matter for cellular protection, particularly vitamin C and vitamin E. But what truly sets them apart is their deep blue pigmentation. That color is a visual clue to their anthocyanin content, including compounds such as malvidin and delphinidin. These anthocyanins are not just nice to have antioxidants. They are bioactive substances strongly linked to metabolic support. Beyond anthocyanins, blueberries contain other helpful plant acids as well, including quinic acid and tannic acid. Together, these compounds contribute to better blood sugar regulation. In practical terms, they can improve insulin sensitivity, meaning the body may respond more efficiently to insulin after consuming blueberries, which support steadier glucose control. Another reason blueberries fit so well into a pancreas-friendly eating pattern is that they can slow the absorption of carbohydrates. This effect can be even stronger with wild blueberries, which are typically higher in fiber. The result is a gentler, slower rise in blood sugar rather than a sharp spike after eating. There is also research suggesting that specific blueberry compounds may interact directly with the beta cells of the pancreas. These are the cells responsible for insulin production. By binding or docking onto beta cells, certain components in blueberries may help support insulin output, improving how effectively the body uses glucose for energy. Finally, blueberries may also help with appetite control. They can enhance feelings of fullness, which is useful for weight management, and makes them a practical tool in meal planning for better blood sugar stability and overall metabolic balance. 8. Jerusalem artichoke. Next up is Jerusalem artichoke, a plant you may already recognize from many diet shakes and weight control products. The reason is simple: it's a well-known natural source of inulin. Inulin is a type of dietary fiber that helps nourish beneficial gut bacteria, and it also tends to increase satiety, meaning it can make you feel full surprisingly fast. That appetite-curbing effect is exactly why so many diet formulas rely on it. That said, inulin isn't perfect for everyone. Some people are extremely sensitive to it, and even a small amount can trigger strong digestive discomfort, including intense abdominal pain. Despite that potential intolerance, it remains a common ingredient in diet drinks and meal replacements. Beyond its role in appetite and gut health, Jerusalem artichoke may also support the pancreas. Components derived from it, including its natural juices or extracts, have been discussed in the context of pancreatic conditions. Research exploring metabolic issues such as diabetes and arteriosclerosis has suggested that Jerusalem artichoke can produce notably positive effects, making it relevant not only for digestion, but also for broader metabolic health. 9. Konjac. Closely related in function is another plant-based food that has gained renewed attention, konjac, sometimes nicknamed devil's tongue. Konjac is often processed into a powder that has become popular again, largely because of its ability to help keep blood sugar levels steadier and lower. It's widely used to create noodle alternatives and rice-like products that fit well into many dietary approaches. What makes this especially interesting is research looking at konjac and Jerusalem artichoke together. In one study, a combination of konjac and Jerusalem artichoke was given to diabetic rats and mice. The results showed meaningful improvements, including a significant drop in triglyceride levels, reductions in blood sugar, and even a decrease in obesity markers in those animals. This places both foods at the intersection of blood sugar management and the diet market, while also supporting the idea that these plant fibers can be helpful for pancreatic health as well. 10. Pumpkin. Pumpkin is often highlighted as a powerhouse food for supporting both the pancreas and the liver, and there's a clear reason behind that reputation. One of its standout features is its richness in polysaccharides. Studies have reported that these plant compounds were able to promote regeneration of pancreatic cells in diabetic rabbits. Those early animal experiments helped establish the first layer of evidence and open the door for later research that continues to point toward pumpkin's meaningful benefits. So what exactly makes pumpkin such a smart choice? It offers a wide spectrum of naturally supportive components. It contains a variety of enzymes and minerals along with a strong antioxidant profile. But the most important group of compounds in pumpkin is its carotenoids. These carotenoids are known for helping calm inflammation and for reducing the risk of cell damage and cell death, which matters a great deal when an organ is under stress. Another key advantage is what pumpkin does not contain. Some foods can irritate the pancreas and worsen sensitivity, but pumpkin lacks the harsh or irritating substances that tend to aggravate pancreatic tissue. On top of that, it provides a high amount of dietary fiber, which supports healthier digestion and helps create conditions that are friendlier for steady, balanced pancreatic function. And that wraps up our list of pancreas-friendly foods. If you found this helpful, give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next science-backed health guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.